Welcome, welcome, welcome to Chef T Ray. Today's menu we got a marinated chicken. Over here we got some green beans in there. You know, gotta put you some onions in there. A little bit of minced garlic. On the chicken we got a spicy teriyaki marinade and some what we got in there? I think I put some garlic salt, some roasted garlic and herb, and then the original Creole seasoning by my man Tony. Can't never go wrong with a Tony. But I don't know. I might make a pasta with this. I might just leave it in just chicken like this right here. Fillets, I guess. I don't know. I'll figure it out in about 20 minutes. See that color right there? Need a little bit more right there. That needs a little bit darker. That's what you want right there. That's what you want. How you know when to flip it? When you see it on the sides. When you start getting that white around there like that. How you know it's heated halfway through. That's how you know when to flip that bad boy. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So you know this side's hotter. You want to take this chicken right here and switch sides. So we'll move this one. Get a little darker. Put him on that side. Same way with my boy right here. We're going to put him on that side. This bad boy in the middle, we're going to move him down low. Look at that color. Boy. And the sauce is banging too. And I don't know what I want to do. I might cut it up and just make chicken Alfredo. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think. I ain't sure yet. So as you can see, my chicken's done. Taking it out of the pan. I decided I'm going to go ahead and do me a chicken Alfredo. So, next step, to get your water boiling, which is probably going to take a little minute. Hopefully not though. I'm going to throw matter of fact, I'm going to throw this on there. Keep that heat in there, make the water get up to boiling temperature a little quicker. Y'all see what's over here though. Y'all see them onions in there, boy? Cut that temp back down a little bit. So next I'm gonna probably chop up my chicken. You can do it in long strips or you can cube it, however you want to do it. I'm probably gonna go with the cube. But I don't know, I'll figure that out in another 5 minutes. Let me see. What kind of noodles we got here? So I got spaghetti noodles. And I got angel hair noodles. So I'm gonna probably finish off the box. What's that bag? The box of angel hair, and then throw the spaghetti in it just so I have a little bit more. But now I'm gonna chop up my chicken so it'll be ready, and then we'll go from there. When I do my noodles, when I boil them, I like to put a little oil in here with a little salt. The oil keeps them from sticking together. Salt will add you a little flavor. Some people use chicken broth, I guess, to boil their noodles, but we're going with the straight water. I don't believe in the chicken broth for noodles. You can use that for something else. Now my water's started to boil. Now you can add your noodles. I'm sure y'all know how to add noodles to water. When I do mine, I like to break mine in half and put them in there. If you like longer noodles, you can leave them whole. I like to break mine in half though. Now I got my noodles added in there. You gotta remember, when you're using angel hair pasta, it cooks faster than regular spaghetti noodles. You don't want to leave them in there all day. They end up being like shoestrings. I always like to make sure I move them around too, so it helps them from sticking. So every now and then I just move them around. Get the ones off the bottom, so they ain't sticking to the bottom or nothing like that. So take another, we'll say 5 minutes. I'm gonna put my lid on to make it cook faster. Remember, you learned that trick from me. Don't try to steal it. Now I'm gonna finish chopping up my chicken. So I did one so far. I ain't figured out if I want it sliced like this or if I want to cut it into cubes. But you can see, boy, that chicken juicy right there, boy. That chicken juicy. That boy good right there. As you can see, I got my noodles done. You want them to move around like that. That's how you know they done right there. That's how you know they done. Yeah, that's good noodles right there. I'm gonna later add them to the sauce anyway, so if it ain't as done as you like, it just be. It'd be perfect after they add it to the sauce. My chicken, diced up. I got some in strips. Now it's time to make that sauce. That Alfredo from Scriznatch. What you need, let's go to the fridge. Need you some of this heavy whipping cream. You can get at your local grocery store. I'll go to Kroger. Need this diced onions. Need you some minced garlic. And you can use whatever cheese you want to use. I'm going to use Mexican style blend shredded cheese. Didn't know it was reduced fat, but oh well, we're going with it today. I'm going to leave that in the refrigerator until we need it though. Right now we don't need it. First step, what you want to do is you want to get you some butter. Put it in the pan. Melt it down. How much you put in there, it's really up to you. I'm gonna go with, I guess that's 2 tablespoons. I'm using a fork, so technically it ain't a tablespoon, I guess. Then I'm gonna get my onions in here that I already got diced. This one need to be diced. So does that one. put in however much you like. I don't like a whole lot of onions, but they add the flavor that you need, so I go at about that much. That's good enough. What you want to do is melt that down. Get your onions to the translucent. I think that's the right word. Then you add this right here. Bam! Your minced garlic. You don't want to add your minced garlic too early, because if you do, it'll burn. So you want to wait till your butter gets melted, your onions start to tenderize. I know that's the term for meat, but we're going to use it for onions today. So while we wait on that, you get your other ingredients ready. Bam! Your heavy whipping cream. We're going to go ahead and crack that open. That's going to be good to go. Then you need to get your seasonings out that you want. You can use whatever kind of seasonings you want. Bam! I'm going to go with Tony's Creole seasoning. I haven't used this when I made this chicken Alfredo, but we're going to try this today. Probably because I ain't got a whole lot left in here. Some parsley flakes, got to add that color to it. I wish I had some tomatoes. Let me see if I got some. I ain't got none. If you had some diced tomatoes, add some color. But I don't have none of those. You wouldn't put them in right now anyway. You put them in later. You can use garlic powder if you want. Most of the time I don't. I might this time. As you can see, I like to wing it. So bear with me. Garlic salt, might add some of that. But yeah, that's your main ingredients. Once I learned how to make this, I ain't bought Alfredo sauce in the store since. It's way easier, cheaper, almost burnt my finger, and tastes better because you can season how you want to. Once you buy the bottle in the store, they really don't even have no seasoning to it. We ain't gonna say no names to none of them, but you know who they are. Not that many make Alfredo sauce. I got my green beans over here too, man. Let me taste this. Oh yeah. Them banger. Them banger. So your onions, they're starting to sweat down. I'm gonna give it a little bit longer for them to sweat, and then I'm gonna add my minced garlic. As you can see, I switched pans. This pan's a little bit deeper than my 12-inch pan that I was using earlier for the chicken, because I want to make sure all my heavy whipping cream gets in there and season how I want to season it. Then we're going to take this and add it to this, and then we're going to add this, and you're good to go. Get you some breadsticks with this chicken Alfredo, and you're good to go. Onions looking about good as they gonna get without burning. So now it's time to add your minced garlic. You can add as much as you want. I like to add 2 forks full, I guess, so you can get that garlic flavor in your sauce. Put this back in the fridge. Give this a little stir. Let them talk to each other in there. Right now they whisper. In a minute they're gonna be talking to each other. If y'all can smell this, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm gonna add me another 4th thing of butter. Just so I don't burn nothing. I got my temperature on medium. Well, a little bit less than medium. If you do it too high, yeah, you can burn your garlic, and you don't want to do that. Because if you do, they get real hard. It's kind of like Pop Rocks. You don't want Pop Rock Alfredo. You want T-Ray's chicken Alfredo. So now I'm going to add my heavy whipping cream. Get everything mixed up. I like to let it come to a boil. And then I put my seasoning in it. And then I put my cheese in it. And then the sauce will thicken up. Once my sauce thickens up, then we'll add it to my noodles. Then we'll add the chicken. And then you'll see the finished product. Adding that Creole seasoning. Now if you seasoned your chicken real good and you got your noodles seasoned, if you cook them in chicken broth that has that chicken flavor already, you won't need to season your Alfredo sauce that much because you don't never want it to be too salty. Then we're going to go with the roasted garlic and herb. Put some of that in there. Give it a little stir. Now you see that color coming to it. You might not be able to see from the video, but I can see it. Probably looks like white milk from your end. If you want it to get darker, you can add paprika or Cajun seasoning. I have neither here, so it won't be none in this Alfredo. I could add a little splash of barbecue sauce. I ain't never done that before. It add a smoke flavor to it too. I don't know. We're gonna try some. Stick with me. It's in barbecue sauce, but it's a little secret. Couple of shots in there. Bam! Worcestershire sauce. I've never used it in here, but I think it's gonna add a smoky flavor to it. To thicken it up, you add your cheese. And depending on how much cheese you add will determine how thick your sauce gets. So you want to make sure you got that right balance of sauce to noodle. If you don't, then you want to have enough sauce for your noodles. I think I'm actually add the rest. I think I'm gonna add the rest of my, oh, almost lost you. I think I'm gonna add the rest of my heavy whipping cream so I know I got enough sauce. So I know I got enough. If you could smell this right now, my goodness. So we're gonna leave this here, bring it to a boil. Make sure you taste it so you have the right flavor for your noodles. But we're gonna let this come to a boil, taste it, and see where it's at, see if we need to add anything or not. Now we're gonna taste it. We'll make sure it's not too salty. If it is, I don't know what to tell you. You gotta work on that seasoning hand. I got it. Right now, you probably looking at it like, oh, it's runny. I ain't added cheese yet. When I add the cheese, it'll thicken up. Trust me. Just want to get my flavors right now. Bruh, you can put this on flip-flop. See that little boil? Time to add your cheese. You don't want it too salty right now. Some cheeses got a different flavor to where it's got a little saltiness to it. See, it's boiling. You don't want it to boil too much. So I cut the temperature down. Now I'm going to add my cheese. Remember, you can use whatever kind of cheese you want to. Today I'm using this. Washing my spoon off. Don't add too much, too early. Just add enough. It's well thickened. We're going to see what that does. Still a little runny. Add you some more cheese. It could mean two things if it's too runny. Meaning your cheese isn't stirred up enough in your sauce, or you need to add more cheese. But I can feel from stirring it up that it's thickening up. But I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more, and then that'll be all she wrote. I like to have my sauce thicker anyway. Because even when I make Alfredo, I put cheese on top of the Alfredo anyway. So why not just thicken it up with the cheese in your sauce? And then you don't have to do that extra step. So I'm going to get this thickened up and we're going to add it to this sauce next. Now it's time to add it to that sauce. To that spaghetti. That pasta. Them noodles. Yeah, we want every bit of this out here. I need to bottle this up and sell it. Make sure you get all those onions, minced garlic, all that flavor at the bottom. You need all that in here. Once you learn to make this, I promise you, you'll never buy Alfredo sauce from the store again. Promise you. If I'm lying, I'm flying. And I ain't flying. Now you gotta mix it up. The noodles gonna be a little hard to mix up at first till it gets that sauce on them and gets everything working. And you're going in there good together. I try to make stuff like this for the week. I ain't gonna lie to you. A lot is gonna be gone today. I'm about to tear this up. Now if you want to make a pretty presentation, you can put your chicken on last. I'm gonna go ahead and dump it on in here. I'm gonna go ahead and dump them on in there. Dump them on in there. So y'all can get some of that love too. Mix them all up.